You ever have those mornings where the shop smells exactly like potential? That mix of cedar shavings and maybe just a hint of ozone from the welder? It's Tuesday, March 31st, 2026, and if you aren't itching to make something today, we might need to check your pulse.
Or check if they've had enough coffee. My potential usually smells like a burnt bagel until at least 9 o'clock a.m. But you're right, the energy is different lately. It feels like the maker world isn't just a hobby anymore. It's turning into a full-blown industrial revolution in our backyards.
It really is. I was looking at the new HCL Camworks update this morning. They've basically squeezed a high-end Swiss-type CNC logic into a package that, well, let's just say it makes the old school ways look like we were carving with spoons.
Okay, for those of us who haven't spent 40 years staring at a lathe, what's the Swiss-type secret sauce? Why should we care?
Precision, Alex. Pure, unadulterated precision. Imagine you're trying to turn a piece of titanium thin as a toothpick, and you need to mill complex slots on it while the sub-spindle is grabbing the other end to finish the back. It's like a synchronized swimming routine, but with carbide cutters at 10,000 RPMs.
So it's not just about making things. It's about making things that would have been impossible in a home shop 5 years ago. Speaking of big moves, did you see Van Am Tool and Engineering over in Missouri? They're dropping $1.5 million on a facility expansion.
In St. Joe? Yeah, that's no small change. That's a loud, clear signal that domestic fabrication is screaming right now. People are tired of waiting 6 months for a shipping container to cross the ocean. They want a guy named Bob in Missouri to laser cut their brackets and ship them by Thursday. It's a goldmine for anyone who knows how to move metal.
It makes me think about the job market. You always talk about the graying of the trades, but the 2026 electrical contractor profile just came out, and it doesn't look like your grandpa's toolbox anymore.
It's wild. If you're an electrician today and you think your job is just pulling Romex through 2x4s, you're leaving about 60% of your paycheck on the table. The high-paying gigs now, they're in 3D printing hubs and advanced lighting systems that talk to your phone and probably your toaster.
I don't need my toaster talking to me, Tiger. But seriously, is the learning curve that steep?
It's a different mountain, sure, but the ground is the same. You still have to respect the juice. I saw a report on absence of voltage testing that reminded me of a certain encounter I had with a dead circuit back in 2008.
Oh, here we go. Was this the one where your eyebrows didn't grow back for a month?
I thought I'd tripped the breaker. I didn't verify it with a meter because I knew the house. Turns out, some previous owner had cross-wired the kitchen and the mudroom like a bowl of spaghetti. I touched a lead and, well, let's just say I saw colors that haven't been invented yet. You have to test your testers. If you're not verifying zero voltage with a tool you've confirmed is working on a live source first, you're just gambling with your heart rhythm.
See, that's the pro difference. It's the stuff that feels tedious that keeps you alive to make the cool stuff. Speaking of cool, can we talk about the maker mogul data? I'm seeing people selling handmade mugs for $60 and actually moving inventory.
It's the functional art pivot. The days of making a generic birdhouse and hoping the neighbors buy it are over. In 2026, the money is in niche mastery. If you make jewelry, you're going to struggle. But if you make architectural minimalist jewelry out of recycled titanium, you've got a line around the block.
It's about the story, right? People don't want a table. They want a reclaimed timber gaming station with integrated cable management and a history.
Exactly. You find a tiny corner of the world and you own it. And don't give your work away either. I see so many folks using that basic materials times 2 formula, and they're basically paying the customer for the privilege of working.
I love that formula. It's a reality check. If your hourly rate is $5, you've just got a very expensive hobby, not a business.
Amen. It's better to sell one thing for $100 than 10 things for $10. Your back will thank you, and your shop time becomes a sanctuary instead of a sweatshop.
Speaking of sanctuaries, how's the wood shop finish out going? I saw you were tackling the trim. Most people hate trim. It's where the close enough mentality goes to die.
It's the final exam of woodworking. You can build the most beautiful timber frame shop in the county, but if your baseboards have gaps big enough to hide a grilled cheese sandwich in, that's all anyone will see.
I tried to do my own baseboards once. I think I used an entire tube of caulk on one corner alone.
We call that liquid wood when we're feeling fancy. But the secret? It's the cope. Don't try to miter 245-degree angles on an inside corner. Your house isn't square. It never was. And after the first winter, it'll be even less square. You cut one piece butt end against the wall, and you carve the profile of the second piece to fit over it. It's a bit of surgery with a coping saw, but it's the only way to get a joint that stays tight when the humidity starts dancing.
And the outside world? Jay's over there putting down Cali decking on that massive project. That feels like a whole different beast than fine trim.
It's big deck energy season, but honestly, the principle is the same. People get seduced by the pretty composite boards, and look, Cali decking is great, it'll last forever, but the magic is in the joists. If your framing is a quarter inch out of level over 10 feet, that composite is going to telegraph every single bump. It's 90% prep, 10% victory lap.
Victory lap. Is that what you call it when you finally put the tools away and crack a beer?
That's the most important part of the manual.
So, what's the takeaway for the den today? We've got high-tech CNCs, smart electricians, and $60 mugs.
I think it's this. The world is getting more automated, sure, but that only makes the human touch more valuable. Whether you're sync programming a Swiss lathe or hand carving a miter joint, the value is in the intentionality. Don't just build. Build something that wouldn't exist if you hadn't walked into the shop this morning.
I like that. A little less good enough, a little more exactly right.
Exactly. Now get off my drill press, Alex. I've got some trim to cope, and I don't want you laughing when I inevitably slip and nick my thumb.
No promises.
Thanks for hanging out in the den. Now go make something worth talking about.